yet, we're going to dive into that. So when you arrive, I'm going to open up my chats. Hit me with the comments. Like, let me know where you're from, and we're going to dive into a lot of interesting content today. I've been slowly bringing forward more and more of the Starseed stuff. And today I'm going to bring forward some stuff that I have yet to bring forward. So, really excited to be here with you and appreciate and love all of your support. This is what we're going through. So, I've been asked a lot lately over like the questions of like, how do I know if I'm a Starseed? The answer is yes. It's absolutely yes. So, I feel that the majority of humanity, the majority, if not all, are starseeds. We're hybrids of a lot of different things. And I talk a lot in my book about our origin and how we got here and what's kind of going on. So if you don't have that yet, it's a game changer. It really is. It's a channeled starseed book. It was channeled from the collective with a lot of direction on how to navigate your life here, how to become a master manifestor, how to awaken into your starseed energy, how to do the inner shadow work and the deep healing in order to lift your vibration to become everything that you desire. So it's on the website, diamondo.com. Definitely check it out. It's got amazing reviews. I love you guys for it. We are going to dive a little bit into, I do have my cards here. We are going to do a little bit of channeling today as well, and give you some direction. And this is sort of what we're moving through right now. So we have this, and I'd love to see in the comments, we have this hurry up and stop energy, this anticipation. Some people are internalizing that as anxiety or frustration, stagnation, or feeling stuck, feeling like they can't break through. Some of us are experiencing old disharmony in the body resurfacing. Things like fibromyalgia, back pain, body aches, digestive issues. The rest of us are feeling a surge of power and strength. And that's what I desire for all of you. So my goal is to get you there. So we're really moving through it. We have a few weird ascension symptoms right now, more specifically in the back of the head. They're like tightness or tingling, a feeling like a crown is being placed on you or that there's some pressure going around. There's excessive dehydration, like we cannot seem to drink enough water. There is, hi, April. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. There is like I have cotton mouth like crazy right now. Like my lips are sticking in my teeth. It's super great. Then we're having that moving in between realms. And so what to do about this? How are we experiencing it? What do we do with this, right? What do we do with this energy? One of the reasons why it's happening is we are in a very large energetic portal. So there's 3 big ones this year that I've been talking quite a bit about, and they've been coming through in our Starseed channel events that are on the website. We are right in the thick of the second one right now, and it's going to go all the way till the full moon in July. Then we have a little quiet time. So the full moon from July to the full moon in August is really quiet, and it's about mastering your mental body and really upping the voltage on your mental power for what's to come in September. We've got some big things coming in September, some big changes coming. I can't talk about that here because it's just going to get wiped. But it has a lot to do with dragons. It has a lot to do with taking down energies that do not serve us. It has a lot to do with bringing forward who's all attached to the stuff that's going on with P. Diddy and all the other things. There's going to be a massive unfolding with that. Clarity and direction. And it's going to be a huge, huge energy shift for a lot of us, for all of us. It's just how we handle that. So we're feeling this energy right now. We're feeling this shift in our body right now because our vibration is switching. I gotta have a sip of water. Like I can actually hear my lips stuck to my teeth. This is horrible. Put some Vaseline or something in there. So our bodies are attuning to this new energy. And as that happens, what isn't serving you is being pushed to the surface for you to look at, for you to heal. It's really important that you do those things. So disharmony in the body is kind of common right now. If you're going to go into the story of how hard it is, how challenging it is, you're going to fuel it and you're going to have that experience a little bit longer. Hi, everybody. So I don't want you to fuel it. I don't want you to put your focus on it. Rest when you need to rest. Drink your water when you need to drink your water. But you are integrating new energy or awakening, remembering new energy within your core, within your DNA. So we're going to be moving through a lot of transitions and changes, and you're going to see changes in how your body functions. I am on the other end of it now. My big one was December when I like lost my vocal cords. And what's interesting is the energy is so strong that my voice is actually changing a little bit right now. And okay. Um, but we're going to go through this purging as we bring in or activate within ourselves this new wave of energy. We are building a new world. Couldn't see you on the tube. Really? It's not on there? That's a bummer. I was wondering because I'm not seeing any YouTube videos or comments from YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, let me know if it's actually working, please. Okay, so we are activating, remembering. It's locked in our DNA. And this is how sort of how I want you to look at it. And this is going to be really supportive towards creating a shift for yourself right now. Not live on YouTube. I had to pull over to Facebook. Mother effer. Why? Hold on. I don't know if I can change that or not. Oh well. Um, it's saying it is. Oh well, whatever. We'll just figure it out later. Okay. So thanks, April. So where was I? ADHD is strong in this one. Oh my God. The activation. This is how we're going to look at it. We're energetic beings made of energy, and that energy is frequency. That frequency vibrates. There's low vibration, high vibration, and somewhere in between neutrality, right? Low vibration means sadness, heaviness, trauma, abandonment, all of the heavy emotions that we have experienced, all of the experiences that we've had. High vibration is love, passion, um, mind power, joy, all of the good, thriving energy. We all have gone through shit, right? Especially starseeds. We have had childhood energies of like, no, thank you, like way too much shit. And that energy is in the body. And it's like a little bubble. This is how we're going to look at it for today, okay? Like a little bubble. And in that bubble is where all of your starseed DNA, your wisdom, your memories, all your things are in you, but they're encompassed with these low vibrational pieces. So when we go into avoidance and we don't look inward and we start to project and point fingers at the abusers or the toxic things we've had happen to us, we're not moving that energy forward. When we um, go into denial or when we hyper focus on what's wrong and our challenges. And I know because I'm a woman who did it, let me tell you, I was like toxic vulnerability at its finest, like at its finest, where I was so focused on what was wrong and I just wanted to be seen. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to feel acceptance because that was my journey of abandonment. And so toxic vulnerability would come into play where I would just be like, "Bleh," all the things that were wrong with me. My finances, the struggle, the divorce I had to go through was absolutely dreadful. Two dreadful divorces. The narcissistic relationships, the disharmony with my physical body. Um, I've died and been resuscitated, and I would just share over and over and over again and be so fixated on it. And that would just keep me in a trap. When these things come up, my darlings, this is your opportunity to change the outcome. You are the creator of your reality. It's all up to you. I know that's challenging when we have financial stress or um, toxic people in our lives. It can be a little bit hard to see, but you are the creator of your reality. And whatever you're putting your focus on is what you are going to be experiencing more of. It's just going to magnify it and magnify it and magnify it. So, right now, in particular, with this energy gateway that we're in, we have to be looking at what is surfacing. Where are you feeling struggle? Where are you feeling lack? Where are you feeling frustration? Where are you feeling empty? Where are you feeling void? You have to go into those spaces and ask yourself, where does it stem from? It's going to be childhood. That's why inner child healing is so essential because that is your emotional body. So I want you to really look at those pieces from your childhood and be like, okay, what's really going on? Where does that stem from? And how do I transmute that? By honoring and loving that version of you, that past version of you, you're going to be able to transmute what needs to be transmuted, which is going to liberate you into what you're here to do. As you do that and you lift your vibration, it's like gateways open within you. And when those gateways open, it is inspired action. It's a knowing. It's remembering your past lives. It's remembering your galactic self. It's remembering your starseed origin. It's remembering all of those things. And it will move through you with absolute ease, absolute ease. So there's that's going on. Now, the other piece, because I mentioned dragons in the title here, we're going to go all the way there. We're just going to do it. Um, I've been channeling my whole life and not just like the Galactic Federation of Light, like way beyond that. So, like the deep councils, the creators of humanity, the 13 divine civilizations. And now I'm also working with the inner world galactic and channeling them. So we've been doing that this month. It's been amazing. On Monday, I got to channel the Atlanteans and how they're connected into the dragons. So there is a galactic species that are dragon riders. We are dragon riders, and those are the ones that are stepping up right now. You're being called into action. You're being called into preparation, into remembrance of who you are, and embodying the power of her or them or he or whatever you identify as. We are in a space of embodying, becoming, integrating power. What is power for you? Power is not an energy that is dominating. Power is a standing in your full authentic self, unshakable, knowing your purpose and having the motherfucking courage to talk about it, to own it, to truly believe it. And we're seeing so many of us step in right now. I've had the honor, I've got 2 Dragon Rider activation groups running right now. And these women, they're all women right now. Oh my God, they're powerful. They're leveling up and creating beautiful transition and change in their lives. The councils that I work with, so I'm going to go through the 13 divine councils. I'm going to help you understand them very briefly. But the councils that we're working with and our origin is being so beautifully activated within us, and we're being called into action for what's going to happen in September. You're required. If you have that feeling of, you know, you're meant for something, you know, you are meant for something, and you can't quite put your finger on it. If you have a knowing that you are meant to be in divine purpose, AKA soul purpose, if you have a knowing that you are here to support humanity in their transition and help them heal, if you have a knowing that you are a game changer, if you have a knowing, you're one of them. There's many. In my meditation yesterday, it was freaking wild, man. So in my meditation yesterday, I saw 40 of you that I actually haven't met in real life yet. And then there was a few that I already know. We already know each other and you know who you are. Face by face, one by one, you arrived in front of me in my meditation. And there was this beautiful ceremony of your human self showed up for me, not your galactic self, which you're strongly tied to and whatever. So you show up. There was this little ceremony and activation that happened. And I was taught different activation techniques yesterday that are just changing everything for me. So each one of you were activated. And then I watched you mount your dragon. And then we all took off together and we were flying. So it started with all your faces. We went through this activation. I was taught through the divine councils what to do. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I was attuned for that. I've been being attuned since December for this. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful thing happened. So I talk a little bit about this in the Dragon Rider program. There is many psychic gifts, and one of them is called teleoptic, where you are able to see through the eyes of who you choose to connect with. So dragon riders and their dragon can see through each other's eyes. It is a beautiful way of finding each other when in energetic battle, because there has been a lot of galactic battle. So this gift, you're able to look through your dragon's eyes and the dragon can see through your eyes so that you can find each other if you fall apart. Also, it's a gift of bonding. So that's one of the new psychic gifts that's coming through. So in my meditation, I am all of a sudden, there's clouds underneath me. The sky is this beautiful sunset color, like that really yummy orange with that pink undertone, and then all these little clouds. And I could feel this pulsing energy, and I could feel this boom, 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 boom through my whole body, just like vibrating. And all of a sudden, I was like, I am looking through my dragon's eyes right now. Like, oh my God. And so I was one with my dragon, and that dragon is massive. So it's flying. And then all of a sudden we revert it, and I went back into my eyes on back of dragon. And then I saw and I looked, and there was hundreds of other dragons. So one of the first things I had to do was hand select the dragons. It sounds so crazy, but whatever. I don't care anymore. I literally have zero fucks. I hand selected all the dragons that were meant for you because I can feel your galactic energy. And then we all arrived in this space where you were initiated into your dragon. And then we all went flying again, which was like amazing. I used to be so afraid to talk about this. This has been my whole life. I'm 46. I'll be 47 this year. And my whole life, I was like, I don't want to be the crazy girl. And I wasn't strong enough to handle the backlash of all of the low vibe comments that come through, right? So it took me a little while to get comfortable talking about this. And that's one of the things that you're going to move through is this surge of confidence, this unbelievable, unshakable confidence where you are standing in solid in your belief and your knowing. And then you get confirmation over and over and over and over again. Then the most beautiful thing happens. Your starseed crew, your team, they arrive in the physical, in the human. So I am so honored that I get to host these galactic groups where we're all there. And there's so many of us, and we're all having very similar experiences. So it's like, okay, I can talk about this now because we're not the only ones. And none of us are doing drugs. Like, it's not that. We are just really connected. And so now it's time for me to bring that forward a little bit more, what I can hear anyways publicly. So this is the timeline where we're being activated and your starseed origin is sort of moving through you. Let's talk a little bit about starseed origin. There's 13 divine civilizations. There's way more than that, but there's 13 main ones that are predominantly starseed energy. And you are likely a crossbreed of a lot of those. What came through for me a little over a month ago while I was in Grand Cayman was the gateway opening into the inner world where the Atlanteans currently are. So if you really want the activation and the intense information that came through, you can email my team, the admin team, and get the recording. You can purchase the recording of it. It's really intense, like fully beautiful Atlantean energy, and they're so incredible. But there is a channel, there is an opening that they're going to start surging through. In that whole galactic event, we talked about the pole shift, and it's not what you think it is. There is no actual pole shift. We talked about what Gaia actually is, flat Earth, round Earth theories, and what it all looks like and why this is all happening. So there's that piece. So if that resonates, just grab the recording. Then next week, so Monday, I'm going to be channeling the 13 different civilizations I'm going to be channeling, but that's the above galactic. Then there's the inner world galactic that have an equal counterpoint, the same way we have an equal counterpoint, which is really cool. So side note, if you do not have your actual person, your starseed partner, they're due to arrive for you. So you have to do that again, going into the inner look, like looking within and figuring out what's holding you back in order to really allow that connection to happen for you. What's so interesting to me is I go live every week, and there's 20 viewers right now, and there's normally thousands. So this is really interesting. I'm wondering if I'm already getting blocked. It's challenging to bring this information forward because it just gets immediately shut down because they don't want us to know. And there's going to be a lot of attempts for that right now. So just persevere, please. So if you are like me and you're putting starseed information out there, just hold on and stay patient and persevere because we are being blocked. We are being shadow banned. We're doing all the things because they don't want this information coming forward. That's why I host it in private groups. That way I can give you everything and not worry about it disappearing or me getting shut down. So the 13 main councils, the inner world has 13 main councils. And they're calling us into action. There's going to be a massive shakeup, guys, like massive. And we're seeing the onset of that. We're seeing the absolute, as the energy changes, this is what it looks like. As the energy changes for us into a higher frequency, yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Like it's saying it's live on YouTube. So I think it's just there blocking this, but that's okay. Whatever. So the new wave energy, this big energy portal that we're in right now, we're right in the middle of it. Then we have a big one coming in like August, September to October. Each energy gateway opening that we're receiving is a more intense energy. And for the unaware human, the 3D, a lot of the 4Ds, they're going to go a little off the charts because they're feeling highly triggered and their shit is coming to the surface. And those are the ones that refuse to look within. So they're going a little chaotic right now. And we're seeing a lot of that energy. We're seeing it in leaders. We're seeing it in all of the things right now. And it's just going to get a little bit more intense. But when you learn how to navigate this energy, you are part of the solution. So one of the things I want to do is a little bit of an activation today. So I'm going to preset that with, I have not done this for a reason publicly before. I do it in my events. I just don't normally bring it public. One, because 4D has given all activations the worst fucking reputation in the world because they're all like, it's so theatrical in the light language and all of those things. It is movement and there is beauty in all of it. However, your predominant energy is also integrating into these activations when you're doing them. So to be the spicy person that I am, you've heard me say it before, so many 4D right now, the reason you don't go into 5D is because you have this unbelievable ache to be important and to be seen, and you showboat the fuck out of yourself trying to be something special instead of just being authentic. And you can pick up when someone's authentic. You can pick up when someone's being fluffy and stupid, but the stupid love the stupid. So I'm not, again, I was there. It's not a judgment, but it is a plea to really look at yourself and ask yourself, do I actually feel important? Do I feel seen and accepted in my life? Or am I trying so damn hard to be something? And I can pick it out in half a heartbeat. You get to a space in your evolutionary process, your ascension, if you will, where you are so unbelievably authentic that you don't care. You don't care. I do not care what anybody thinks about me. My skin is thick now. And I know that those that I resonate with find me. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be anything other than what I am. And I'm never going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm going to be really transparent with you on the fact that it is up to you to arrive. It is up to you to look within and not avoid the ache to be special, to heal it, to become the realization that you are required for this journey for all of us. You're required here. You are absolutely required here and you are worthy of it. You came here for it and it's time to step into that and own it. It is a big responsibility what we will be bringing forward. So I've shied away from doing the activations because I am not willing to be compared to 4D. Also, I don't want to encourage some love and lighter out in the background who's all in their light language and bullshit to continue to do that without figuring out that they gotta level up themselves in order to bring that forward. And you can tell this by, okay, and this is where I get accused of being materialistic. You can tell if their life is in shambles, they have not figured it out. You're going to have ups and downs. It's one of the 12 principles. There's the principle of rhythm. But if they are focused on what's wrong in the world, if they're talking about politics, if they're talking about the pole shift, if they're talking about flat earth, if they're talking about anything that's going wrong in their life, if they're over projecting, if like you can see it. If your life hasn't changed and you haven't arrived in peace and harmony and easy, then you're not there. You're still wanting, your body is still wanting to heal the ache to be important. That is the one thing that will hold you back. And it is a sneaky little bitch, that one. It's so sneaky because we don't even know it's there. It's how we are conditioned to be, to feel that we're not enough. And therefore we have to try harder, be more, try whatever, right? And I don't want that for you. I was trapped there for a long time, and it hurts me to see you stuck and not being fulfilled and really aligning and co-creating with universal flow. So pay attention and use discernment, please, when you're receiving energy healing, because you're going to be getting their energy along with the activation. And I am not interested in lack at all. So if they have lack of love, if they have lack of finances, if they have lack in their health, if they're like complaining all the time and showcasing their health like I used to could, like when I was in a wheelchair, the amount of pictures of my wheelchair was ridiculous. Because I was like, look at me, look at me, look at me, like love me, tell me I'm okay is what we're really asking for. So with all of these, that's why I've shied away from doing this, because I don't want to encourage someone who still hasn't arrived in healing that last piece, that last layer. When we heal that, everything changes and it becomes unbelievably easy. Still ups and downs. Yes, we're human. You are going to have ego. That is part of the experience. It's not to shun it, it's to honor it and love it and play with it. So I've shot a little bit away from activations, but I'm going to start doing little ones. I just put a tiny one up on TikTok, like 10 minutes before I logged onto here. I think it's on Facebook too. So you can go receive that energy, especially if you're a dragon rider. That's what it's for. Okay, so that's what we're moving through right now. So we're going to go into a little bit of an activation as we do the cards. So I'm going to pull 3 piles. We're going to do a little activation for each. So you can choose which one serves you. You can revisit this video later and find out what, like, enjoy it for yourself, right? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly run through the 13 councils or the 13 civilizations, which they all have their own council, and they are on a council together that they refer to through me as the collective. I will be channeling them on Monday's event. So I just want to quickly jot through them to give you a little bit of an idea of maybe supporting you and finding your way, because I'm getting asked quite a bit. Don't message me and ask me your origin. I am not going to tap into your energy. Like, that's not how it works. It's up to you to figure that out, not me. All right. So the 13 civilizations, we have one civilization that is specific for memory, as well as the divine protector balance, bringing that protector energy on more of a masculine side, not the feminine side. So those are Lyrians. There's 2 types of Lyrians. So Lyrians tend to be a little broader in the shoulders. They have stronger facial features, usually some warm brown somewhere. So eyes, hair, or skin is like a warm brown. And they have savior complex before they wake up. So I know a few of those where they just want to come in and save you. But they're also a little sensitive in the human form, where they are quick to push people away when they don't get their way. So there's that. Second one, Andromedan. They also have the Golden Elders. The Andromedan are about navigation and restoring your memory of where you are from. And so they support you with that. Andromedas tend to be quiet, authoritative, calm. People tend to lean into them. People like to be around them, but just because the energy is good, they have really great hugs. And they're very solid individuals. So predominantly in midsection. So if you're a little more, I'm part Andromeda and a part Draco. So I've got the midsection thing, right? Amazing. All right. Then there's Syrian. Syrian energy is about planetary healing with advanced technology and mastering the ley line grids and restructuring the grids. So we're going to be seeing a lot of that activity happen over the next little while. And we are becoming the new grid. Syrians tend to be a little bit more mathematical. Like they like math, they like numbers, they like money in human form. Anything number related, they're like, yeah, that's me. They're also big softies. So my husband is got a little bit of that in him. Big softies with animals specifically or plant life. Very interested in insects as a kid or animal kingdom or plants, all those things. Then we have Octurian energy. This is all about quantum healing. These ones love to channel through you. That's light language usually, and it's about bringing forward high frequency coding and activating that. They're here to be of service for activation. Zero patience for fluffy love and light. Zero patience for indecisiveness. Um, just no patience usually. Then we've got Palladian energy. So there is an advanced Palladian energy, and then there's a lower vibe Palladian energy, like their offspring. And they're just a bunch of like curious love and lights, but the advanced Palladians are about emotional wisdom. They are about honoring the wisdom within the emotion and how the body speaks to itself. So they tend to be a little bit more interested in medicine or herbal medicine. They tend to be interested in healing, like playing doctor as a kid, or nurse, or a veterinarian, or um, a, like owning a nursery of plants, or wanting an animal sanctuary, or something like that. Then we've got Vega. This is all about mastering sound. It is about weaving sounds frequency together. So these individuals, these star seeds tend to be um, like obviously musically inclined or really, really enjoy music. I like, that's the one thing I could not live without is music. They like sound, singing bowls. They like to move to the sound. So if you like dancing quite a bit, you might have a thread of that in you. Then there's the Orion light lineages, which is about mastering the balance of what you are, both your ego and your consciousness, really owning that and mastering that. Then there's the royal Draco energy, which is what I am. So intense psychic gifts, psychic force, sovereignty, and divine will, and wanting to restore free will for humanity. I am a absolute justice seeker. And um, though we know we have wings, we're a little bit more fierce. We're intense and we are very playful at the same time because we really like being human. We didn't like it in the beginning, but we like it in the end when we figure it out. So we're playful, we're very sensual, we're a little promiscuous. Um, we are, we know that we read you up and down in half a heartbeat. So we can kind of use that to our advantage sometimes in the human form. Um, we're curious and we want to learn people. So we ask a lot of questions. We want to learn you, but really intense energy. People sometimes will confuse us for egotistical because we're so confident. So there's that. Then there's Anunnaki predistortion, which is um, they work very strongly with creating the hybrids. So I can't get into that too much right here because it will really get flagged. But they are responsible for supporting the hybrid star seeds and helping us find our way and enhancing that within us. So they tend to start out with a strong religion because Anunnaki is Christ-like consciousness. So they often will find themselves in religion or hyperfixating on something or um, wanting to be like verbally wanting to tell everybody how to fix them damn selves. So they love to give advice. Then there's avian, blue and golden avian. These are the guards of the Akashic records, of the records of all galaxies, and they bring that information forward. So very studious, they like to read. You will like birds quite a bit, probably, or feathers. You probably get a lot of feathers. You like trinkets. You like books, you like things on your shelves, you like things in your house, you like things. Like your house is probably like overstuffed with decorations. But you get really excited about those things because it's like these little, they all mean something to you, right? And you're a little bit more, what's the word? Mm, what is the word? Like you nostalgic, but also sentimental. That's the word I was trying to find in my brain. Sentimental. Then there's the feline Lyrian. They are another layer of divine protectors. They work very closely with dragon riders. Um, they tend to look a little more feline. They enjoy all things feline. Taylor Swift, she's one of them. Um, they are they're very sensitive emotionally, so their feelings get hurt pretty easy, and then they get a little fiery about it and a little rarer about it. Then the 12th one is Mantid. This is about engineering and rebuilding systems, energetic systems. So these star seeds probably liked Lego as a kid, building blocks, tinkering. You probably are a hands-on learner. You like to put things together, so either cooking recipes or building things or um, gardening or what, like creating with your hands. That's the human version of them. And then there's Saphirian and Angelic Order, which is what I am, mixed with Draco. And this is about anchoring the new world and fuck you, you can't stop me energy. So we are feisty, we are spicy. We all have our own superpower, whether that's excessive, strong, nurturing energy. We're wise. No, I'm just kidding. But we do have natural wisdom in us. And that's part of that intuition. We're very empathetic, but we honor that. We don't push that away. So all of those civilizations are going to be coming through on Monday. It's probably going to run a little longer than 90 minutes, but I will do my best to keep it at 90 for those of you that already signed up for it. So these are the civilizations that are really being activated right now. And you are a crossbreed of those things. So you'll resonate with some. You might be a real big hybrid. I have been all of them in my past lives. I was born with all my past life memories, all my galactic memories. The only thing I wasn't born with was the awareness of the inner world. Although I had hints to it, but not a solid knowing of what it was. So I was born that way. And that is our birthright. We are meant to be born like this. So I know that I've been a lot of different star seeds, predominantly the Royal Draco and the Andromeda Golden Elders, and then I'm Spherian as well. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. Let's go into having a little poll and see where we're at. Let's do this, shall we? So I want you to pick 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to do a little activation. So I'm just going to wait till I see some numbers pouring up and then we're going to go for it. It is blowing my mind that there's only 34 people watching this. What is going on? Wow. Crazy. It's normally so many more than that. All right. Yeah, I know it's not on YouTube, Tanya. I saw that. I don't know what's going on with tech today. It says it's live on YouTube, which is super interesting. So I'll have to like download it and then upload it. I don't know. All right. 2, and then I have my personality said 5. All right, here we go. Just connecting in. Okay. Number ones. Number ones, you are moving through. When I talk about the healing journey or the awakening journey, which is actually just remembering, that's like you're ascending, you're evolving. But as you're doing that, you're remembering, right? And so those memories are activating through you. And so when I'm connecting into the pile of number ones right now, I liken this journey to you have gone through the jungle your whole life. You know, you've been fallen in the snake pit, you've gotten in the quicksand, all of the eck of the jungle with no map, no direction, trying to find your way out. And then all of a sudden you find an opening, and in that opening, it's a cliff. On that cliff, there is nothing, and there's a rickety ass bridge that goes over to another cliff. And that is euphoria. That is six dimensional consciousness. The bridge is like 4 or 5 dimensional consciousness. And so the jungle's like 3D, 4D, and then you kind of like progress forward, right? So, number ones, what I'm really hearing for you is it's the last big haul that you're going through right now before you arrive at the bridge. So, I can see metaphorically, I can see you're at the last piece of your old level. You're about to level up. But leveling up means all of a sudden you get this breath of great. So you go through all this shit. You'll either have a relationship fall apart, or someone abandon you, or you lose your job, or you go through a really tight financial timeline, or you get some disharmony in your body. So you're at that finishing up of that phase, and the opening is there. Then comes making the choice to cross the rickety bridge. Once you cross that bridge, you're never going back, babe. Like, you've arrived, you're good, you're so, and then you get to explore 60 and beyond. But to cross that bridge, it takes a tremendous amount of courage, and it takes a lot of self-assurance. And so that is the direction for you. Number ones is really moving into, I'm just going to activate my hand so I can send this energy, really moving into self-assurance and confidence. And so what I want you to do, I'm just going to send some energy to number ones. I want you to put your hand right here, and you're just going to take a little circle. You're just going to get that moving, the energy moving. And I am going to send, my stomach just dropped. Oh my gosh. That's unpleasant. So I'm going to send energy to that space for you right now. So I want you to quickly scan your mind on all of the times when you felt insignificant, invisible, afraid. And we're just going to take that and we're going to say, no, thank you. You're going to find that version of yourself right now. And you're going to say, I've got you. You're worthy. And I'm going to show you. So there's going to be a little bit of energy coming into your heart right now. I want you to breathe it in. And I want you to put it down into your diaphragm. And then I want you to stick out your belly and let it sink into that system there for you. It's going to take some time to move through your core, but it's there for you. All right, let's go into number 2, because there's a lot of you that picked number 2. You guys are right on page with me. Some of the Dragon Riders. You're probably Dragon Riders. So let me just really connect into that. All right, I'm going to deliver this message. I want you to take your hands like a cradle, if you can, and put them under your belly, like on the bottom of your belly, and just hold that space. In the back of your heart, we're just going to open up and push some energy from the back of your heart down into your hands. There's some ley lines in the body in this space where hydration is more condensed in the body. And so we're going to program the water in your body right now together. So we're going to remove the hardship of being human. You know, that moment where you're like, just take me home. I just want to go home. I don't want to do this anymore. We all have that moment. We're going to let that go. I assure you. So I'm setting activation right now. So number 2 is, I'm going to give you a big tip on the end of this, but when you arrive in the awareness of who you really are, when you really arrive there, you will never doubt yourself again, ever. You will stand tall and bold and brave and courageous, and you will become an intentional creator of your reality, meaning things get better and better and better and better, and nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can take it. That is what you're going to move into. And so this is about honoring and loving self, to be self whole, not selfish, to be self whole. So if you have fears about being selfish, you're going to want to examine those. If you have fears of being perceived as who do they think they are? And you want to heal that right now. Like, this is the timeline for you. I want you to, this came through in the dragon groups, call upon Venus's energy. So every planet has its own vibration, and we're actually meant to use all of them in sync. So Venus's energy is really going to support you in finding that worth and that love, that real true love. I hear a lot of people say I love myself, and then when I get into it with them, they don't. They don't fully. They still judge themselves. They're still critiquing themselves. They're still holding on to some cringe memories or shame, hidden shame about who they are. Really interesting. Um, Something to think about. Okay. You did not have free will to become who you wanted to become. You didn't. And I'm going to share a student story. So sorry, babes, for sharing your story. I was working with this beautiful sister, and she loves, like, she's a tomboy. Like, she loves camping, and not that that's a tomboy thing, but like fishing and hunting and all of the things, right? And she just loves it because it's outdoorsy and it's awesome. And it's like, all right, we got into a pretty big conversation about it. And I was like, tell me a little bit about mom and dad. And turns out mom was emotionally abusive and dad was a little bit avoidant. And so it was easier for this sister of mine to adapt herself to fit dad because he was there and he loved, he didn't abuse, but his avoidance was there. So she kept morphing and trying harder and harder and harder to be like him, to bond with him, to do what he does so that she could have his love. So therefore, who she became was because of the emotional abuse from her mother. And she became what she thought she had to become in order to receive love, instead of the free will of having a clean slate and being like, what do I want to be? Because I can be anything I want. And so our life alters us, obviously. Our childhood shapes us. But this is a timeline when you're going into really truly honoring and loving yourself. You get to say, what do I desire to become now? Because it doesn't end. You're constantly evolving into a more delicious version of yourself. So I want you to sort of contemplate, like, what more do I want to add into who I am and why I am? And then just do a little review on, you know, the things you think you love. Is that actually accurate for you? All right, we're going to go into number threes. Whoa. Neat. I'll be meeting some of you. This is pretty awesome. There's a lot of intense energy and similarities here. So, number threes, just fully getting the activation piece for you. So, there is going to be a massive surge of energy for you, a massive surge, and it's going to feel very powerful. So, there's a couple things you need to do to prepare for this. One, you need to ask yourself, are you afraid of your own power? Most people are. Most people don't even know what their own power is. I know when I went through that and someone was like, oh, you're really going to step into your power. And I was like, what? Like, I thought I was. This years and years ago. And now I look back and I kind of laugh because I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I had no idea what power was. I had no idea what the powerful version of me was. And it is a journey and an unfolding. So, what is your definition of power? How did you experience power as a child? And can you rewrite that? So I had a very physically abusive father, um, like beat me and broke some of my bones. It was pretty rad. Very angry man. And then my mom was highly, highly, highly manipulating and some other really uncomfortable things to me. And so I thought that their power was taking what they wanted without a care as to what would happen to someone else. And so I had a really hard time embodying my power and becoming powerful because I was afraid of being like them. I didn't want to be anything like them. And that was a really, really fun, interesting piece of my journey, is learning into that. So, or leaning into that. So understanding what you believe power to be, also anger. So anger is a lasso for creating change in your life. What anger is meant to be is the absolute knowing of what you will no longer accept and the absolute clarity of what you desire next. And we've been taught that anger is bad. And we've been taught that when we feel anger, that, oh, it's going to be explosive. So we've been programmed into these things. And we've had that experience and we've seen that experience. So I want you to look at anger. This is my truth on anger. Anger, I love when I get angry. I never project it. Very rare. Very rare. I won't project my anger onto someone. I will use it to create, I'm solution focused. So I know exactly what I'm no longer going to tolerate. That's a hard no for me. This is what my expectation is, and this is what we're going to do moving forward. And if you cannot do that, you do not have a seat at my table. End. Done. I'm not going to tolerate your bullshit. I'm not going to tolerate low vibe. I know that's how I use my anger. And then I demand what I want to receive within myself. Most people think that anger is bad. It's weak. My father was weak with anger. He was so weak with his anger that he decided to hurt a little girl and break her bones because he had no idea how to handle him damn self. He's a weak man. The same thing with my mom and her manipulation and her outbursts of anger. You don't know how to compose yourself, hold yourself. You are a weak human. So I want you to go in and rephrase that with your inner child to support you in using that. So for that, what I want you to do is I want you to go for your own activation. You're going to go look dead in your own eyes and say, I am willing to explore my power. It's there. It wants to surface. So that's what I want you to play with this week. It's big times, man. Big, big times. We're being called to action. So there's that. All right. That's all I got for you. I'm happy to have had time together. If again, you can go to the website and see the recordings that are already done. You can email the girls on my team and they'll set you up if you want the Atlantean. There's a lot of information in that one. It's pretty like get your shit together. It's a little tough love, but it's a lot of direction. And then if you want to sign up for Mondays where we're going to be channeling the 13 councils, and we're going to be doing a big activation with that one as well. So there's an activation in all of them. So hopefully I'll see you there. And if you really, 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 really feel the dragon energy, get your ass in the Tuesday activations. I will teach you and support you in activating the teleoptic, teleempathetic, telepathy, help you move into realms. I will teach you why you're seeing cloud formations that look like dragons. I will get you there. We will get you there together. And there's many of you. There's already a whole bunch of people signed up. So there's still room. You can get into that one. And it's on Tuesdays at 4:30 Eastern time. So it's the only time slot I had. All right. Mwah. I love you. Go be amazing. Go believe in yourself. Go look in the mirror. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am all of these amazing things. And then find as many reasons as you can to say, thank you. I love you. All right. I'll see you where I see you. Bye, guys.